peace, and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual biddles. And today I'm going in on Sage and Palo Santo. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. Because a lot of people don't use both of them. Most people just use sage. Some haven't even heard of Palo Santo before. But I'm here to tell you, family, you need both. It's good to use both. Some people don't use either of them, but to each their own. So let me break down something about sage. A lot of people burn the entire sage stick. What I do, I just take a little piece off. I just take a couple pieces off. Or a big piece. And I burn that. I burn that. You really don't need a lot of sage. You really don't need a lot. You can take a little piece just like this. Light him up. Let it get hot. And I sage everything on my altar just like this. Everything on my altar just like this. And I usually sage on my altar while I'm saying a miracle prayer, divine prayer. Something positive. Something positive. I say the animal core. Because sage removes negative energy from whatever space that it's in. But some people call sage spiritual 409 because once the sage is out, whatever energy was once there can come back. So what I do, I follow up sage with Palo Santo. I crack a window a little bit to let the smoke, all the negativity that the sage clears out of the room. And then I light me some Palo Santo. Because Palo Santo brings forth good energy. All the good energy that's out there, it lets it know that it's safe to come in. So once I burn my Palo Santo, I do the same exact thing that I once did with the sage. I put this over everything on my altar, myself included. Myself included. I'm inviting all the good vibes, good energy, winning energy, prosperity energy to come in my altar, in my life, at that time. And then I put it up. It's as simple as that. One thing you can do with the smoke within sage is see things. As the sage is ushering off all the negative energy, look at the smoke. Burn a bunch of sage. Burn a whole bunch if you like. And put it into a cauldron and just let that smoke take off. And you can use this as a form of divination. And just seeing what you see in the smoke. I like to cover the smoke a little bit like this. And I try to get visions in the smoke. And the smoke bellowing like that reminds me of the flow of life. And I just look at it. Sometimes I take pictures of it. I take videos and I slow the video down. Because entities and higher divine forces move a lot quicker. They're vibrating a lot faster than we are. So when they do things, it's hard to catch them with our slow eye. Yeah, the eye is fast on an earthly realm. But a lot of the beings that we see them at the corner of our eyes because once we focus on them, they're moving too quick for us to see. Same goes with fire, with smoke, when you're scrying, when you're doing hydromancy, things like that. A lot of things occur so quick that you don't see them. So whatever divination art you're doing, hydromancy, scrying, looking at fire, smoke, you want to record it. Years ago when we first found out that this spiritual thing was real, we started recording ourselves at our altars. And one night, many nights, we recorded orbs flying around our home. It blew us away. We was like, what is all that? We couldn't see it with the naked eye. But when we recorded it, we started seeing all these orbs flying around. And they weren't just flowing in one direction. They were going in different directions, changing patterns, changing directions and things. I said, wait a minute. That's not dust. That's something different. We blew it up, and there were little bitty bubbles like someone had a bubble gun or something blowing small, different sized bubbles. And then I looked up orbs and what they were, and orbs are nothing more than vessels of consciousness. Some beings that traverse to our reality don't have a physical body, but they still want to experience life and see what's going on. So they create an orb. And we do it too every night whenever we want to. We don't remember it, but our Merkaba is nothing more than an orb. We can use our Merkaba to traverse the universe, different dimensions, parallel universes, and all that stuff. Of course we don't remember when we wake up, but it's a fact that it occurs. So this smoke smells amazing. Palo Santo mixed with sage smells amazing. It really does. Years ago, I found all these hawk feathers, and I taped them all together. And I have a hawk feather fan that I made. And when I'm at my altar, when I really want the smoke to go, I have a hawk feather fan. I'll just be fanning to keep the air circulating all while I'm at my altar. And it smells so good. Sage and Palo Santo smells good. Whenever, it's very rare, but whenever I have company over, I always burn some sage first. I always burn some sage first. And I've actually had people come over, smell that sage, and they gotta go. They just find a way to leave. Like, I gotta go. Something came up. And I know, like, wow, this person, they ain't quite right. Something about that person just ain't quite right. They can't take this sage. You have some people come over and be like, wow, it smells good in here. Is that sage? And they love it. Everyone loves this Palo Santo. Everyone loves the Palo Santo. I'm always burning some type of herbs, some type of resin or something when we have company, because I like to set the spiritual positive mood. You know, you don't have to buy all this incense. I want to buy real things that have real work, that work for real. That's another thing you can do with your Palo Santo. Just blow it. Keep it going. If you leave it alone, it will go out on its own. So these are some things you can use to set the mood when you're at your altar. When you're at your altar, burning sage, burning Palo Santo, resin, you know what I mean? Oil, whatever you want to set the mood. When you're at your altar, your ancestors, they love good smells. They love when you talk to them. They love to receive energy from your prayers. They love to eat the food that's on your altar. And they most definitely love when you give them a financial offering, burning joss paper, hell notes, ancestor money, or gold. One last jewel. Me and my wife, we always find money outside. We find money all the time. Our ancestors in the universe is always trying to find avenues to give you financial wealth. And whenever you find money outside, don't just put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket, give thanks, and put it on your altar. Give it as an offering. I have a big vase of money on my altar that I found over the years. I want you guys to do the same. When you start to be aware of the blessings of the universe around you at all the time, you start finding money everywhere. Everywhere. We find money every time we go out. Sometimes it's dollars, sometimes it's pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. We find it all. Mostly in Walmart. It's weird how that works. All those broke people in Walmart, it shouldn't be that much money always laying around, but it is. Sometimes we find money in random spots. And we don't go around looking for money, we just happen to look down and there it is. But on that note, family, peace and love. Get you some sage. Definitely get you some Palo Santo. Some people call it holy wood. You know, it don't matter what type of sage this is white sage here. They got all different type of sage. You can get the fresh sage and leave it on your altar for 6-7 months to a year and dry it out if you want to use that. Create your own bundles. Do whatever you want, but just do something, family. So on that note, peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened. I can be reached every Monday night on my hit radio show, Twin Flame Radio, with my lovely wife, Divine Queen. We go in every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 619-924-0835. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Start winning. Why not? You know what I mean, family? So on that note,